You might have heard that pharmacists are walking off the job at chain stores, recently at multiple Walgreens nationwide. And a few weeks ago, there was a similar protest by CVS workers in Kansas City. We went to the School of Pharmacy at the Texas Tech Health Sciences Center to learn what the problem is and what we can do as consumers to help keep pharmacists on the job here.
We're so busy running ourselves ragged, it's very scary.
Tammy is a pharmacist tech at a Walgreens in Minnesota.
I don't know how much farther we can push ourselves.
It's not just Walgreens. CVS pharmacists walked off the job recently in Kansas City.
These guys are there without a bathroom break. You know, the working conditions are terrible.
Dr. Charles Seifert is the regional dean of pharmacy at Texas Tech. He says the problem started years ago when chain pharmacies cut back on the number of pharmacists due to budget cuts. Then COVID hit, and the volume of prescriptions shot up with the additional workload of answering more calls, managing more insurance, providing more counsel, and giving multiple vaccines to customers.
I mean, we do flu vaccines every year. Now we're doing COVID vaccines. It's very overwhelming after a while.
But the biggest reason many pharmacists are unhappy might surprise you.
And I think the pharmacists are leaving because the working conditions are such that they don't feel that they can provide adequate patient safety out there.
Dr. Seifert says pharmacists make a good salary. The issue instead is having the time they need to check every prescription and make sure there are no medical errors.
So, you know, you can go through your whole day and you miss one serious drug interaction or one serious dose, and it can be a patient's life at stake.
Stephanie works at the Texas Tech Pharmacy now, but she came from a chain store. She says the drive-through can give customers the wrong impression.
They don't think about us as people. They think about us as like a fast food service almost.
Even though the pharmacist is trained to make the final check for patient safety before you drive off with your prescription. Another problem, a lot of people today use the internet to doctor themselves with herbal remedies, even over-the-counter drugs, with no clue that what they are taking could interact with a prescription.
When you're picking up the prescription, but most people don't say, well, I need to talk to the pharmacist, but maybe you do, maybe you should. And the pharmacist should take the initiative to say, listen, I got to talk to you about this.
But sometimes they don't have time.
Sometimes they don't have time, yeah.
And that's creating stress for pharmacists.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what can we as consumers do to improve the situation? Take responsibility for your own health. Read the labels on your prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs. Keep a list of everything you take, including supplements and herbal remedies, and show it to your pharmacist. And get all of your prescriptions filled at the same place so your pharmacist can pull up your profile quickly. And one more tip from Dr. Seifert, and it's a big one.
Be more patient. Drop your prescriptions off. Pick them up later when you have time and they have time to talk to you about them.
Remember that we're here to protect them and their health and make sure their doctors don't make mistakes, because sometimes their doctors, they miss things.
Did you know October is American Pharmacist Month? It's the perfect time to appreciate what they do for us every month, because it's impossible to know how many lives are saved by a pharmacist who identifies a medical error and avoids what could have been a dangerous prescription.